When I first started having a prostitute addiction, there was like a primal scene that had occurred, and it involved seeing this prostitute that looked like my wife, but was wearing a black transparent top and fishnet stockings. And I was just struck by how attracted I was to her, but how not attracted I was to my wife, even though they looked almost identical. And, I wanted to have sex with her, and I went back to try to find her again, but I never found her. And I kind of had this idea that maybe if I had found her, I would have somehow been cured of my addiction, and that every prostitute I've ever really had sex with was just me trying to have sex with that first one. And it was never quite right because it was not her. I just wanted her. And I thought maybe if I try to reenact this primal scene by getting a prostitute to wear a black transparent top and fishnet stockings, I could somehow cure myself of the addiction. So I'm calling around to all these different escort services, and I'm saying I'm looking for a prostitute who will wear a black transparent top and fishnet stockings. And weirdly enough, like almost nobody had that. Like people were like, sorry, we don't have that. And I was like, really? And I spent hours on the phone trying to find this particular apparel. And there was this one woman who said, I have a white transparent top. Would that be okay? And I was like, maybe, but, and we started talking, and she had a really sweet voice, and I really liked her. And, I was saying, you don't have anything like sluttier? And she's like, well, not really. And she said, maybe I'm not what you're looking for. I'm not maybe the type you're looking for. And I'm like, well, what type are you? And she said, I'm kind of like classy. And I was like, yeah, maybe you're not what I'm looking for. But I thought about her a lot, and I kind of wished I had said yes, but I didn't. But I kept looking, and I finally found someone who said, yeah, I have a black transparent top. I said, really? And do you have fishnet stockings? She said, yeah. I said, wow, great. When can you come over? She said, I can come over now. I said, okay, great. She said, I'll be there like in whatever, 1 hour. So I'm all excited. I'm going to have this reliving of this first experience, and hopefully I'll be cured. And I go to the ATM to get some money to pay her, and it says out of order. I'm like, oh shit. And so then I drive to the next closest ATM, and it says out of order. And I'm like, what? So then I drive to the next closest ATM, and it also says out of order. And I realize like all the ATMs in the city are out of order right now. It's like a citywide phenomenon. And the prostitute's coming over, and I don't have time to keep looking. And I just go back, and I don't know what to do. And she comes over, and she's not wearing a black transparent top or fishnet stockings. And I'm like, I thought you were going to wear a black transparent top and fishnet stockings. And she said, oh yeah, well, I forgot. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry, I don't have any money on me because the ATM machines are all broken. And she gets really mad. And she says, I drove all the way over here. I had to pay for my driver, and you've got no money? I said, yeah, I'm really sorry. I would have paid you for your time, except I can't. And she's like, what do you have? And I open my wallet, and I say, I have like $8. And she like grabs it and says, what else do you have? I said, I don't know. I have, the stuff here in my apartment. I guess, is there anything here you want? You can take it if you want. And she looks around my apartment, and she grabs a few items that she likes and she leaves. And I was just thinking, thank you, God. Thank you for making all the ATMs have no money today, just when I needed to not have any money. And thank you for saving me from myself once again.